This is day 2 of my Animal Crossing New Horizons series, and the goal for this day was to get my tent paid off. With that said, let's get right into the video. So on the first day, I'm greeted by Tom Nook, and he's telling me about how on Sundays there are apparently fireworks shows after 7 p.m.
And we're back. Wow, look at me and my hat. I love this hat. I'm gonna keep this hat forever.
I did get a letter from my mom saying how every time she sees a plane, it apparently reminds her of me. She also gave me a present, which was free peaches, which there are only cherries on my island, so that's actually pretty useful.
Oh yeah, we only have cherries on our island. Wait, that's actually nice. Now we got a different fruit. If only I could plant it with a shovel.
I also went to go talk to Purple Bird, and he said something he said yesterday.
My heart's really racing. I hope the fish can't hear it. You told me that yesterday. Go get some new dialogue, will ya? There's so many of those, and we've got... you get achievements for catching bugs and fish.
The goal for this day was to get out of that tent, and because I wanted to get out of the tent, I wanted to get 5,000 Nook Miles to pay off my home. But as I was gathering sticks to make a new net, cause my old one broke, I found this on the bulletin board.
Group stretching sessions. Remember, happy island living begins with early daily exercise, yeah. Alright. We got... Wait, what? You can stretch? Okay, we'll do that later.
I never got to stretching.
But... Woohoo!
And then I went to sell my bugs and fish, but because I kept trying to prepare for when the museum would come, I didn't know if it would come, but I was planning on there would be a museum on my island. When I went to sell bugs, I only sold ones that I had duplicates of.
You can sell those, but all these fish, I don't have any multiples, so we're not going to sell those because I want to give them to the museum.
So I went to sell to Timmy, picking very carefully so I wouldn't hit the wrong ones. And I eventually made 1,400 bells, which was a lot.
Thank you, Timmy. I'm gonna go find Bam. Remember Bam? We're gonna go talk to Bam.
So after a lot of searching, I eventually found Bam, and he was telling me about how broke he was, which, that's relatable, dude.
Ultra broke.
I also tried to catch a dragonfly, which went horribly wrong. That was probably the hardest I have ever worked to ever catch a bug.
Caught a dragonfly.
Then, as I was walking on the beach, I found a DIY recipe in a bottle.
Here is a recipe to DIY yourself a mirror that lets you DIY the way you look. Give me the DIY. What's learn? Sweet, I learned a wooden table mirror.
But then, since I had been waiting for the museum, I had all these fish and bugs. But I had nowhere to put them, except you can actually put fish and bugs outside. So I made a little shrine to wait for the museum.
Boom. Nice.
But then I decided to finally get rid of the weeds, and soon enough, they were all gone. I had a plain-looking island.
Doesn't this look way better? What's that? You see it on the tree? Got it.
But then I decided to go in to sell all the weeds to Timmy when I got a little distracted by this random box.
It's a recycle box for all the island's residents to use. Yes, if you see anything you like, feel free to take it right on home.
I decided to take the only item that was in it, a cardboard box.
I always wanted a cardboard box. What's for sale? Is what's for sale today? Camping cook. Wait, that's the campfire cookware. Ooh, that's kind of cool.
I did end up buying it.
Let's see our campfire, and then I'll figure everything out after. Ooh, it's kind of vertical, yeah, it's at a weird angle. I kind of like that. Whoa, we got fire!
Now after this, I went to go get some cherries, and I was kind of confused on what to do. There was kind of like nothing to do at all.
This is Tommy, right? Yeah, Tommy? Oh, Storm, it's great to see you. Why is he walking around outside? We're keeping resident services open at night, so feel free to stop by if you need to talk about anything. For the time being, I'll be out and about checking in with everyone, seeing how folks are doing. If you're ever unsure about what you should do, don't hesitate to stop me for a chat. Alright, let's go in and sell to Timmy. Let's go in the tent of doom and utter destruction.
So again, I went in to sell all my weeds and cherries and bugs and stuff to Timmy, making a grand total of 6,410 bells.
Sold.
I even got some Nook Miles, getting me very closer to getting my point of 5,000 Nook Miles to pay off my house. Then I realized if I got to get 6 more fish, I would have another achievement, so I went to go fishing.
I really like fishing in this game. Because, like, fishing will always be better the more realistic the game is.
Then I went to go fishing, I found a DIY recipe, and apparently I found more fish to add to my little museum collection. Then I went to go talk to Oliver, who actually looks pretty cool, but he really had nothing to tell me about.
But today I want to pay off my house. And I need... how many more Nook Miles? I need 1,000 more Nook Miles. Oh yeah, we only need 2 fish, so let's just go craft one.
So I went to go craft a fishing rod to get the last 2 fish I needed for my achievement.
Craft it. Let's do it. Boom! I made a flimsy fishing rod.
So I went to go get the last few fish I needed for my achievement.
Caught 2 new ones. Alright, we did get our fishing achievement. So now we need 600 miles.
So I still needed 600 more miles to pay off my loan. How did I get those? Well...
Wait, if your tool breaks, just make more. And to take away the string, you'll earn Nook Miles based on the number of tools. Okay. So we get Nook Miles for tools that we have crafted. So let's go craft a net or something. Woohoo! It goes from 5 to 50.
Now, how would I get my last 300 Nook Miles? It would be hard. It would be dangerous. It would be taking a photo.
Is that an achievement? Okay, please give me 300. Not 200, 300. 300! Alright, we have 5,000. I'm ready to pay off my debt, Tom. I'm ready to pay. Thank you so much. Indeed, that is 5,000 Nook Miles and not a mile less. With that, your moving fees have been paid in full. This is a happy day for us both.
But actually, we didn't pay for a house. We paid for the tent. Now, I was gonna buy a house, and it was gonna get me 100,000 bells in debt. So yeah, in the next episode, I guess I'll just have a house. By the way, I chose for my roof to be red. Classic, good old red.
We have a home. And do we have something here? Yeah. That's 500. I think that's all for this day, but so I'm gonna end it here and cut. See ya.